I will always bring this up for the rest of his motherfucking
Don't get me wrong, I'm still a petty bitch, and I'll still talk my shit. Don't get me wrong, I'm still a petty bitch, and I'll still talk my shit.
I'm that bitch.
Whatever. There's different technicalities to the shit. But I'm just saying, whatever negativity. Hold on. Hello.
Call me like 5 minutes away.
All right.
I will always bring this up for the rest of his motherfucking life. I'm that bitch.
Don't get me wrong, I'm still a petty bitch, and I'll still talk my shit.
I'm that bitch. I'm just playing.
Don't get me wrong, I'm still a petty bitch, and I'll still talk my shit.
I'm that bitch. I'm just playing.
Don't get me wrong, I'm still a petty bitch, and I'll still talk my shit.
I'm that bitch. I'm just playing. I will always bring this up for the rest of his motherfucking life. I will always bring this up for the rest of his motherfucking life. I will always bring this up for the rest of his motherfucking life. Ooh, why Fashion Nova keep hitting me up though? Cause I'm that bitch. I'm that bitch. I'm just playing.
Hello. Hey, everybody. How are you? How's it going? Happy Friday night. I'm trying to get myself situated. Okay. Okay. This will work. Okay. How's everybody doing? Guys, let's go ahead and get the likes up because we have a very special guest. We have a very special guest. I want to tell someone out there. Oh, sugar, where is my phone? I need my phone or else I can't do ow! I have a very special guest. But I need to get my phone, guys. Give me just a second. We're gonna get the phone popping. Give us just a second. My edges are laid. They are. Do you know what I used? I used 24 karat gold edge control. It's called CBD. You don't eat it. You put in your hair. CBD and 24 karat gold Edge Grow Cherry Mango. Okay. That's in my Edge lineup. Okay. Don't get it twisted. Guys, give us a second. I've got Mesha B. Mackin backstage ready to pop her shit. Okay? Guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is not your imagination. It's Friday night. Your girl is live. Mesha B. Mackin is here. And you know what? She's got a story to tell, and we're going to ask all of the questions. Thank you very much, Tai Cherie. Tai Cherie was giving us pretty girl magic in the first round of entertainment this evening because she was talking all things Keisha, and it was good. Okay, I enjoyed it. It was nice to sit back and listen. Champagne, what's good to all Bougie Gang? I can't even say hello to everyone at this moment, but I love you guys and thank you so much for always supporting and showing up. Um, so Ariel, I see someone new in the chat. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Taylor, all my ladies. Give some likes for Mesha so she knows that she is welcome, welcome, welcome. I know she had a lot to tell last night, but she's got even more to tell tonight, okay? Let me grab my phone. I think I left it in the kitchen as I was pouring my barefoot red Moscato. Guys, remember back in the day, any of you who are about my age, McDonald's used to have the celebratory cups, and they would have like a new cup every week. Guys, I got about 6 different drinking glasses, and they're all so fun. Go get you one, okay? This is like a nice tall glass of wine with some ice and a straw because I'm from Jersey and I don't care about any of the fancy rules. I'm gonna drink it, not mess up my lipstick, and I'm gonna drink it how I like. So I may even pour some Sprite on top, okay? Give us just a minute. We're going to let Mesha on in just a second. I'm going to go run and get my phone. So just hold on while we have like a really quick, like little intermission-y situation. Hit the like button, say hello to your neighbor, and we will be right back, okay? Hey guys, how are you? Hi, Mesha, how are you?
I'm good. Hey, friend. Hey.
Welcome. Let me really quick. Let me just address a housekeeping item. One of my mods asked me to slow the chat down a little bit, so just give me a second. Without me messing anything up. But thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Here.
Girl, I'm just gonna say this. You made someone a little upset last night. I'm just gonna say. There was clearly someone who didn't get a lot of sleep last night because they were mad.
Yeah.
Just like their little song that they sing. They were mad, and did you watch the little not the rant last night? Did you watch any of it? Did you hear about it?
I was sent the link. I heard about it. Once I saw a plus size Spice Girl, I just left it. I didn't go any further.
So was it Scary Spice? Was it Frantic Spice? What was so she was a Spice Girl?
Chaotic Spice.
Chaotic Spice. Okay, that's funny. Okay, so Chaotic Spice. Chaotic Spice started going a little cuckoo, and you were just like, I'm good. I know what this is all about.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. So you just played it dust.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
That's exactly what I did, Miss Fran.
No, yeah, that's what I would have done. I didn't get to see it. I was trying to get to it, and by the time I got to it, I was told that it was already taken. I didn't even get a chance to get to it. So I guess she wanted to get her little views, and then she hurried up and took it down. A couple of people did get some excerpts of it. So it's okay. She was mad. It was okay.
Oh, big mad. That's all right.
Yeah, she's look, everyone likes to control their narrative, but everybody doesn't put their complete story out on Front Street for everyone to first of all, on Front Street, for it to be monetized and for it to be scrutinized. But if you're going to collect coin on your story, I mean,
yeah,
the Kardashians do it and they seem happy, right?
They're very happy.
Girl,
They're
just be
very
like
happy.
Kim. Try to channel Kim or Kylie.
Energy from somewhere. I know that's hard, but channel
Do
it.
something. Yeah, do something. Or take yourself off the internet. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Mesha, I was so happy to talk to you. It was nice. Word, she took it down. I can't post. I can post it. Okay. So yeah, everyone's saying hello. Guys, we have Mesha B. Mackin in the house. We remember Mesha. We met her on the girls' trip weekend, Momcation. Olivia was putting on eyelashes, and Mesha had 2 space buns, and she was looking real cute, and she was looking bewildered, like, girl, where the hell are you going? And I was like, yeah, where in the hell is she going? Where was she going? Or was she just fixing up to go to sleep?
You wanted to know. Her husband Colin wanted to know. We all wanted to know. Girl, where are you going? What are you doing? Girl, she was going off with her friend she had met on POF that night. Come to find out. So.
Oh, she was going out with a friend. So this is okay, guys. Let me just say that this is a friend. This was a close friend. I don't know Olivia. Olivia, can I get this clear? Olivia is a channel that I watch on YouTube. Olivia Johnson, Olivia Nicole, Tuna Fillet, what is Tuna Fish? Tuna La Fish. I don't even know this woman. I don't even know if she exists. I don't even know if her face is real. I don't know this woman. So everything, guys, I just want to say this. We're gonna run a brief disclaimer because Mesha and I are hardworking, and girl, the commentary is for criticism, entertainment, and teaching purposes. We're not slut shaming, we are slut educating tonight. It's for criticism, entertainment, and teaching. Okay. All of the allegations and shenanigans are alleged unless specified by the source. If Mesha says it happened, that's her story. That's what she says. That's her version. She's talking on her own experiences. Okay, Olivia, if you don't like that, too bad. I am listening, and that's it. And we are going based on the videos, and we are going to talk about some real to life experiences to this woman right here, Mesha B. Mackin, who also I've never met in person but resides in the computer. I reside to you in the computer too, like,
Yes.
right? Anyway, we're going to be talking about another coworker on these YouTube streets that resides in the computer who has been having a hell of an adventure for a couple of years. And you have some interesting stories to tell us tonight. and we have a lot of people here who are ready to listen. Guys, we are at 149 likes. Mesha came a long way, and we have been waiting a long time to hear about all of this. I'm gonna need for you guys, go ahead, go out, hit the like button, and make sure we give Mesha a nice bougie gang warm welcome, that she knows that we are so happy that she is here. And is that your also your Cash App in case someone wants to send you a tip? Because
Oh,
you know
yes,
we are
that is
all about a tip around here. We tip our hostess. I would, you know, if people
hostess
are
with the
loving this, they might tip our
most.
guest.
Okay. Oh, hostess with the
Is
most.
that your Cash App, hun?
Yes, everything is Mesha B. Mackin. So that is my Cash App. And you'll see a picture of me.
Okay, Mesha B. Mackin, don't play.
Yes.
So if you guys would like to hit your and tip your hostess and our guest, please feel free to do so. Mesha, where do you want to start? Do you want to start from the beginning? I would love to know about you and this character, Liv's life. Back in the day, she was the mama from Living with the Webs. Did she already have a channel when you met her at the Amazon fulfillment center?
Yes, she did have a channel. I think like her goal was to be able to just like stay home with the kids, work from home. So when I did meet
She
her,
wanted
she
to
did.
have she wanted a stay-at-home wife lifestyle. Did she want to like live like she lived in Prosper or in one of those she poo poo Dallas neighborhoods?
Yes, I
She
would
wanted
assume
to, she was
so.
like, get out of my Caucasian home.
I would assume so because that was like her goal. She was like, I just want to work from home. Like I don't want to work.
I
And
don't
I
want to
think
work. Okay.
that's where we
She
differ.
doesn't work. She did that. Girl, you
Yeah,
did that,
she did.
okay? Girl,
She
you did that. You don't
accomplished.
work, huh?
She accomplished the goal. So
But do you
I,
want to have the money? Okay, so you guys met at the Amazon fulfillment center. What were your jobs there?
I think we were like on a ramp, like sorting boxes. So that's the thing.
A very important job, because without that we wouldn't get our stuff. So you were get making stuff go from A to B, from this side, from the terminals. It was being, you were in a sort facility.
we were in a facility. You
Okay.
are so funny.
I
But
used
yes,
to staff sort facilities. I used to staff for FedEx. You know, I'm a
okay.
talent acquisition person.
Yeah, yeah. So you know,
Okay.
like that's what we were doing in a warehouse.
Right.
I couldn't do it because it wasn't controlled. They lied to us. So I was like, I can't do this. It's hot. So I literally was there for like 3 days, and then she was there 3 days, and then we were both from California, so we were like, okay. So we just immediately were like, well, we're from the same city, not city, same state. So we were like,
Mhm.
we just clicked off of that, and then it was like, well, my kid's dad works and he's been doing everything, and it was like, well, my kid's dad work and he does everything.
Oh, stop
So,
right there, Park.
mhm.
According now, we know this is not true. Um, we know Gerard is a hardworking man, and we saw him in all the vlogs coming home like a Hebrew slave.
No, for real, he
But her
works.
story is that he did not work, he did not take care of his family, and we know that that's not true.
No, that's not true.
Okay,
He worked, and that is exactly why we both were able to be like, "Oh, like my man works." So we didn't go back.
right.
We got one check, got
Why
paid
are
Friday.
us good housewives doing here in the Amazon fulfillment center? Like, can we go? Can we go get some coffees?
So we left. We didn't go back, and it was funny because I was like, "Girl, I didn't go back today," because she had took like a little vacation, and then she
No,
was
you
texting
guys
me,
just laid out. You guys no show, no called.
"Oh, Amazon probably
Wow.
wouldn't hire me again."
You don't have to, you might be sending stuff to Amazon to fulfill, won't he do it? He will do it.
All right.
Okay. He
So,
will put you in a position so that, and for things to be at your foot, to be your footstool. Okay. Don't even worry about that. Okay. You won't have to
amen.
go back. You might be putting stuff in the warehouse to be fulfilled. Okay. Providing
And
someone else a job. It wasn't for you. I look at
right.
it this way: when you leave a job and it's not for you, you are making a opening for someone else who really needs that job. Because clearly it
Yeah.
wasn't for you, or it just, when it wasn't for you.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Now let's not get
Um,
mistaken. I was always
so
PRN at the hospital. So I did my 2 shifts a month there at the hospital.
okay,
So
to keep
I'm always
yourself current.
employed.
What were you doing at the hospital? What was your job?
I'm a patient care technician.
Okay,
that's
so
currently CNA.
admissions, you would go to the emergency room when someone would be brought
Oh
into the
yeah.
hospital. Oh, were you
So
like a
that's
CNA?
what they. Yeah. So I'm a CNA, but you know, in Texas, in the hospitals, you're a patient care technician. So you don't have to be a CNA to work in the hospitals in Texas. So that's a good thing because you can make good money and not have a CNA in
Okay.
Texas.
So patient care, you would hook them up to the blood pressure, you hook up their blood pressure cuff. Would you take initial vitals or would you kind of get them
Yes.
situated or just kind of keep an eye out for the nurses or the
So
what would
I
you
had
do?
to know those things, but I
Okay.
worked in ICU. So because I worked in
Okay.
critical care, they're on continuous 15-minute intervals. So
Yes.
literally all I do is help the nurse like with turning. So I think that's the
Okay.
misconception about CNAs doing all the grunt work and the hard work. In ICU, you can't do anything without your nurse because if a
Right.
tooth comes
'Cause
out,
these are
anything
very fragile
happens,
patients.
you have to do it with your nurse. Your nurse is like, oh no, like I have to measure the urine. It has to be precise. I have to know the input output.
These are
So
people that in 1 second they could be gone.
yes. So
Yeah.
so anyone who's a CNA, salute to you. Nurses, salute to you. I know they say we this, we that, but we work hard, y'all, and we saving
I used
people.
to be a nursing recruiter, guys. I didn't get to be this age. I mean, I've had so many. I've worked in
Ooh,
HR for over 20 years, so and all of it has been in talent acquisition and boom, that's it.
girl.
Talent acquisition for over 20 years. So yeah, it's like I've got a Rolodex of job descriptions in my head, especially nursing and healthcare. I did that for 8 years. So um,
Healthcare is
interesting on
really
that.
wide.
So you guys, I was under the impression you guys met in the comment section. I don't know if Olivia said this or not. I'm going to be quite honest, but word on the street was that she met you for the first time, Momcation weekend. You guys had met in the comment section, so that's not true. You guys met at Amazon. You guys were vibing on some Cali stuff.
Yeah.
You guys had stuff in common. You both had babies at home. You both had good guys at the house paying bills, and you guys
Our
just
sons were
vibed and became
one,
friends.
y'all. So to
Huh?
clear that up, our sons were one. They're now 6. So
Okay, so you guys have been knowing each other since. Okay, so tell me this. Um, okay, I'm going to jump right in on that because Gerard mentioned once upon a time that Olivia had been seeing a guy named Denzel, and he wasn't sure if Christian was his. How does that vibe if Denzel is the uncle of your son? Okay.
yeah.
Denzel is related, is the brother of your son's father.
Yeah.
How did she meet Denzel before she ever met you? Did it just kind of like, oh shit, you're Denzel's
No,
brother's baby
actually,
mom? Or
no. And you know what?
Gerard thought that she was with Denzel when he had to call the police on her.
Well, she was. So
Okay,
this
okay,
is the thing.
okay.
They met I know, because when I, in hindsight, you have to. I was, we were all young, but it doesn't make anything any better because it's wrong is wrong, right? So I invited her family, meaning her kid's dad, the 2 children, over to my apartment, and they were with another couple and their child because all of our, children were one. Her oldest child was there. She's just like a couple years older than all the kids, but we all
So
hung out.
Robin was probably about like 3.
Maybe like 3.
3, Christian would be
Mhm.
1, and Ryan
Yes,
would be non-existent at that point. Okay.
correct.
Ryan
So
was just a dream. Okay. Okay.
yes. So we were all were there's 3 families there, and then there were a couple of my son's dad invited a couple of his friends over just to come by. And
Okay.
so what happened was the brother. So the brother comes through because he's the uncle, the brother. He comes through all the time. So he come through, hey, what's up, y'all? So guys are shooting the stuff like how they always do.
And he did not come with a woman. He came solo dolo.
Solo dolo because he's single.
Okay.
He's single, didn't come with a woman. So he comes and she's like, okay,
Even
he's
when her man and her kids were there. Her man was there, her kids were there. She's
she's
still
telling
catching the
me
vapors. She got the vapors.
she's telling me these things, and I'm like, okay, girl, you know, Denzel, he's single, you know, whatever, but you still mad at your baby daddy because he didn't, you know, crept off on you. And she's like, I don't know if I'm gonna get up, you know. So we had a girl talk. She just didn't know she was gonna ever get over it because it was foul. So I'm like, okay. So after New Year's, you know, she came over by herself. It was more like she was in the house all the time. She didn't have any friends or anything. She had no family in the city, state, or whatever. So she came over and hung out with me and my people. Always me and my people, because
That's
I'm from.
always her story, though. She's somewhere not with her people, and she's lonely, and she has no friends.
Yeah.
Seems to be a reoccurring theme. Okay.
So, you know, because I'm friendly, my people like, oh, okay, hey, you know, they're gonna kick it with you, turn up with you and everything. You know, she crept off and she ended up talking to him. She sat in the car with him. She sat in the
Were
car
they
with
like,
him.
were they like, who is this person?
Well, once they were like, oh, that's your homegirl, okay. And then that was it. I'm pretty my son's dad, you know, he did tell the brother, like, she must be gone. You know how men are, and he always told me that he felt like she was off the Richter. She was off the hook. He just like, I know she out. You know, so
Because
now
for
that's
her to for her to make a for him to know that there was some possible interest there, and her baby father, is in the midst.
yeah.
Bitch, you got to have balls of steel, and you must not really, like, you're on some different type of shit, because your man is right here with your children, um and you're letting me know something that tells a man something about you. I mean, make no mistake, 421 right now watching, um that's not something that a man finds sexy. If a guy is living foul, he might enjoy a little bit of dangerousness, but at the end of the day, he's going to put you in one box, and that's not going to be wifey or girlfriend. He knows, I'm going to hit it, and I'll use her up, and she's trash because she's here with a whole guy who seems decent, and okay. So what was this guy's name again? Can you just repeat that for us?
The uncle's name is Denzel. It's my son's
Uncle
uncle.
Denzel. Okay. And Uncle Denzel is the one when Gerard said she didn't come home for several days, and he had to call the police, and he wasn't sure if Christian was his son. How could he be confused if Christian was his son, if Christian was already born? Was Olivia catting around with someone prior? Do you know? Like, why would he think that Denzel was the daddy? Um, or it must have been something else that was going on, and
I
he
think it
just
had to
was
been
like,
something else because I
okay,
may have met her like in the summer, and then this was New Year's Eve that we all had spent together. So like in between those just 2-3 months, it was just like what, like in
someone
the
else.
I
Okay.
have no idea because we literally would like we didn't talk all the time. You know, we didn't in those 2-3 months. And I was like, you know, since you don't have anyone here, you know, come over for New Year's Eve. You guys can come with us. And I do remember, you know, she came, she brought her camera and stuff, and we talked about YouTube, and she had recorded, you know, hey, I'm going to my friend's house. She didn't really record much at my house. But I'm pretty sure it's in some old videos from that
I
year.
mean,
But
what could she possibly record? Hey guys, I'm getting ready to line up some sausage on the side of my man. Here's my friend. Like, I'm getting ready to be foul, period. There's nothing she could really record on a good family fictitious channel. Um Interesting. Okay. So maybe Gerard thought that it was Denzel, or maybe, who knows. But I remember him saying that he thought that when Olivia didn't come home, was that Denzel that she was with the time that she didn't come home for a week, and he had to call the police on her? Or
yeah, but
was that
it wasn't a week though. It was like
a couple
a
of days?
it was like a night. Like she might have came over my house earlier that day and had been at Denzel's mama house that whole day and night. So he called me like,
Was
you
she
know,
ready to run away or something? Like, was she just
she was just saying she didn't want to be with him. Like stuff like that. And now to me, I don't know if that is even how you feel, because I felt like he did give her like a lot of attention. He kind of just was like, you know, on her. And I understood that because like you go to your friend Mesha house and you do the most, but at
Right.
the
So of
same
course he's not going to like you because she goes buck wild. I mean, she just needed a place to hang her hat. She just didn't have anyone to try to go and be free with. At the end of the day, she was like this before she met you. You didn't turn her
yeah,
on to anything.
yeah,
She was this was
yeah.
the
This is yeah,
the behavior you observed out date. Okay.
yeah.
We're not. I mean, this is
No, it's
consistent. I
nothing new.
mean, when we first met Nisi, when she started hanging out with Nisi, if you guys remember, I think the Erics is in here. When we saw Olivia get those lashes, do you remember when Olivia went down to where was were they living in? I'm not sure where they were living. DeSoto. They were living somewhere. And Olivia went and spent the afternoon with Nisi and went and got some very like some she got Nisi's version of lashes. And lashes are very personal. Everyone's lash style doesn't fit everyone, right?
Yeah,
So she got a certain style of lashes and they
okay.
gave her the business. Okay. Do you guys remember this? Those lashes were hilarious. Okay. They looked nice on
Really?
Nisi. They look nice on Nisi. They were not for her. She needs those little fluttery things. Nisi had like a
Okay.
heavy,
Drama,
full
like
lash. She
boom.
had,
Yeah, yeah.
Nisi can serve it up. Okay. So maybe she didn't know enough about lashes at that moment. But that
Well, she does
evening,
now.
Olivia
So.
was over there talking to basically um, his sister, and but basically telling her, Nisi was coaching her like a married woman, but
Mm.
Olivia was sitting there literally telling her, I don't find him sexy. I don't like him. I don't think I want to be with him. I want to do something else. Like she was literally having and Nisi was
Sister.
telling her, like, girl, this is real. You know what I'm saying? Like marriage isn't always going to be fun. It's work. You've got kids to raise, you got meals to cook. She was coaching her on it's not it's not a carnival, it's not a fair every single night. Like marriage is marriage and work is work. Relationships are
Mm.
relationships. Like what you're expecting is going to be wherever you go, kind of thing. She was, and really, so Nisi started talking about Life of Kiera. It was really a little bit of Life of Kiera, but Nisi was kind of coaching her a little bit because Olivia was having another one of those moments where she was like done with Gerard. That was one of the first nights that we really met Nisi. We'd seen Nisi, but this
Yeah.
was the first time we really got to talk to Nisi. And she'd said that before. She threw Gerard under the bus so many times that she expressed herself that she was not happy with him. But time and time again, she would try to make it work out. And I think that what we've seen, I'm just going to fast forward a little bit. What we've seen to today is the culmination of someone who desperately tried to stay with someone that they knew that they didn't want to be with and made them like the villain for it. Like Gerard really tried to ride for her and was riding for her, but she never really vibed with him on that level. She had baby after baby. I mean, and whether she's going to go on live and say that this is not true, this is what you said. This is what you said over many, many different videos. You didn't find him sexy, you didn't want to be with him, you didn't like him. You wanted to go do your own thing, but then you would go back with him and then you would go away and then you would come back. And you made him out to be like a bad guy, but you're the one who used him for years after years after years after years until you're where you're at now and had another baby. So so she goes off with Uncle Denzel and she doesn't come home. And Gerard, did he call you or did he just straight
He
call the
did. He
police?
called me. He called me and he was very upset. And I was just like, I don't know where she is. I'm the homegirl that's always stuck in this situation. So I'm like,
In the
I don't know.
awkward phone call of she didn't come home?
She always does that. She would always do that. So like,
I mean,
period. Like,
because kidnappings are real. Women do end up in ditches, and women end up in storage lockers. I mean, that's real. Like she didn't come home, and he was nervous, so he called you, rightfully so, because that's what a man does that cares. He calls to check on you. He doesn't just go to sleep and wake up and like, bitch didn't come home last night. I mean, that's what a man does that cares, right? So he called you and you didn't know what to say, so he ended up just wanting to call the police.
he said that he was gonna call the police anyways. Like he was gonna call the police. So I was just like, I don't know what to tell you. He was like, did you drop her off? And I was like, yeah, I dropped her off. He was like, where? And I was like, in the apartment complex. But he just wanted precise things. He was like, but she said this
Because
and you
his
said
lady
that.
wasn't home. The mother of
So,
his kids was not home yet.
so, and I understand that. And I just like, I don't know what you want me to say. Like, what you want me to say? I know it's like,
The bitch is
even if
fucking
I
around with my baby daddy's brother. Like
like,
what?
how do I say that? Like, so I was always in like a stupid position when it came to that because my thing is if you're unhappy and you choose to creep, I think it's just the way like you wouldn't want a man creeping on you and just outright in your face just disrespecting you. So I think that even if she was doing that behind that man's back, she should have went home. She should did whatever she needed to do. She should have cooked. She should have cleaned. She should have took care of the children. And then he probably would have not have minded her saying, "Oh, I'm going out with some friends." But if you're not handling your business at home and you just
Yeah,
complain about
her
money,
idea of going out is getting horizontal with panties off.
well, friend, I look.
I mean, if your idea of going out means that you're taking off underwear, and I don't mean because you're at Victoria's Secret trying on bathing suits, yeah, your husband probably doesn't. Your husband, your significant other probably doesn't want you going out. Okay,
Yeah,
let's pivot. So we know where you met. You met at Amazon. You guys were both kind of housewife-ish. And Christian and your son are basically the exact same age, and you guys vibed on some Cali stuff, right? I'm looking at my notes. Would you call the character that we know on these YouTube streets, Olivia, would you call her a honest person or a good friend?
I wouldn't say honest. I wouldn't say that she's even completely a liar. I think that the problem is she doesn't tell the whole side of the whole point of a story. It'll just be like yay or nay. And then you're like, well, what else? And then you're just sitting there like building your own narrative or something. Like that's just my experience, like being in person, like I didn't know that it was like that. Oh yeah. Yeah, I didn't tell you. Like, and it's just like, dang, what
So
were you
kind
gonna
of
say?
lies of omission. She tells you she's lying by not telling you everything. So you have
Right.
to kind of squeeze it out of her
Yeah.
or come to the truth because
Oh,
she's not going to tell you the whole story. She's lies of omission are lying because you're not telling, like they say in the court. It's it makes sense when you think of it in the courthouse when they tell you to tell the whole truth, the whole H excuse me, WHOLE, the entire truth, not part of the truth, not a little of the truth, but they want you to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. And it sounds weird when you think about it, but when you think of people who are selective with the
yeah.
information that they tell in terms of I'm not technically lying to you, but I'm not telling you everything. That's a lie
Fine.
because some of
You're
the
right.
missing information can lead you in a different direction, which is very dishonest, right? So you're saying that she's she's selective in her truth telling.
Inner truth and very
Yeah.
manipulative. Very, 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 very. So I'm gonna go with liar for 500, friend. I'm just gonna go with
Okay,
that.
okay, okay. Are you ready for a daily double?
Uh,
Um, Tell us. So you were living in Dallas, and
yes.
what made you want to? What made you? How did you get to Houston? Were you there on the weekend? Were you there with your man? What? How were you in Houston when she was there on vacation? Like, tell me how the vacation started because the vacation started according to her, was that she was going on vacation and I think she was meeting up with Ming. And maybe Ming made a thing of it with Chrissy, and Chrissy had to call tag along Jasmine, and they made that's what we now infamously know as momcation. Okay. That's what I call it, is momcation. I don't know
Yeah.
about anybody else. I that's what I
Oh,
call it, is momcation. Okay.
oh,
Um So she said she was on vacation because it was okay. Her bills were paid. Her man was home. Her kids were taken care of. Okay, I said taken, and it was okay to do things like uh powder sugar because yeah, I mean that a big deal? Is doing things like party drugs in the realm of powder sugar something that you ever known about? Like, did you ever know that about her, that that was something that she had an interest or liking to, or that she was familiar with from her Cali days? Because she said admittedly that that was something like, is that a big deal?
I'm gonna say she's from California, and I mean it's really like it is open, like almost like smoking weed. So her whatever drug of choice she wanted to do, like
They say in California they know how to party. In the city of
yeah,
LA, Compton, we keep it popping, okay? So
girl,
she knew how to party LA style.
she's gonna kick it. She's gonna kick
Okay.
it.
She's
She's
gonna
gonna
kick
kick
it.
it. Yeah.
So she was on vacation. Her bills were paid and her kids were taken care of, and she was on vacation. Had you guys how long had you guys talked about this vacation?
Like 2 days. Not
Oh
even
my
like
God.
she's
So
like, "Can I
2 days,
come
she's
over
like,
to
honey,
the house?"
I'm going to Houston. I'm going to meet Mesha.
Like quick. She's like, "Oh, hey girl." So
Two
I'm gonna
months
just
after you get married. Okay. This is
uh,
mind you, this is 2 months after she said I do in a very tearful wedding ceremony on the beach. Did she
so
ever confide in you that she felt she'd made a mistake? Can we take 2 steps back before vacation? Did she ever confide in you as a friend about the wedding? Had she said she made like, why was she coming to Cali? Bitch, you just got married. What's going on?
I, she said she was going for business reasons with these ladies. So I was like, "Oh, okay."
Oh,
You
so
going
she told you she was on business. She told us it was vacation. So,
uh,
okay. Okay. She
well,
said she was on
Fran,
vacation and this is what just happened to have happened. Okay.
I
Okay.
have been look these past however many years I have been used. Okay, that's the word that I'm gonna go with is that I have been used because you go scrounging for dick around my house in my vicinity and everything like that. Then you go and you like, oh, can I come? Can I come this way because we're coming to Houston. You coming to Houston? Okay.
So she used you for a free hotel?
She just I want to
Did
say
she
that's
sleep on your
exactly what.
couch?
No, we slept in the same bed.
Oh, okay.
We
Did
did.
you sleep? Did you ever? Do you have a man at the home? Were you living with your boyfriend
No,
at the time, or he
no.
was just coming through? Okay, so
Me and my
it was
sister.
a girl's apartment, and you guys, she was bunking with you. She was coming to visit her friend.
Is what
Okay,
I thought. But literally like the fallout even then was like, girl, like you've been with this man the whole time. These men that you kicking it with. So like I'm supposed to be your homegirl. You haven't really spent no time with me. So that's why like all
wait,
that.
take a step back. She's just getting there. So let me ask you this. She comes to visit with you.
Mhm.
She says she's coming for business. She's been there because she left before the other ladies, so she was there a few more days. How did you leave Dallas to Houston? Because last we heard you were in Dallas with your man. You left Dallas at some point and moved to Houston, or were you down there? Like, what was? How did you get to
I took a
Houston?
job. I took a job down there.
Okay, and you moved with your son and left Dallas, went to Houston, and that was around the time. Was it around the time that um that was around the time that she left Dallas to go to Florida? Did you guys leave around the same time?
Mm, I don't remember because we didn't talk for a long time. Like
Why
the last
did you
time I
guys
had
fall
talked to
out at a
her,
certain point in Dallas?
no, she ended up moving to California, and I
Okay,
never
so she went to
talked to her.
California, Gerard went and got her, came back, and you didn't hear of your friend Olivia for like a minute. Okay, and
Until
then she came back
then,
to Dallas. By the time she came back to Dallas, wherever you were, you ended up in Houston. How did you two get back in contact with each other to where you ended up like her coming to visit you?
I've always had the same number, so she just called me.
Hey bitch, what's up?
Yeah. What you
Mhm.
doing? How you doing? I gotta take
And
this
where
call.
was she at that moment? Like where were you? How when you talked to her, how much time was there in between her flying into Houston?
It wasn't much at all. It was just like, okay, if you're fine with it, I'm gonna get my ticket. And I was like, okay. So
So
like,
do you think she knew you were in Houston? Was she following you on Facebook or something? Was this like a free hotel situation? Um, like how did
yeah,
she just coincidentally get in contact with you and I got a business trip to Houston. Can I come stay with you? Or wouldn't that be fun? Like, can I just come stay with you?
yeah. We had maybe we didn't talk often at all. We didn't really talk. We had a phone conversation maybe for like 2 hours. Maybe we talked about things. So next thing you know, it was like, hey, I gotta, are you still there? Are you there? And it's like, oh yeah, I'm in Houston. Yeah. Oh, I need to go, like, because I'm doing a business trip with these girls on YouTube. I'm gonna come out there. Can I come
Okay.
stay with
So
you?
her story, E. Joseph, hello, hon, how are you? Hello, everyone coming in. Don't forget to hit the like button. So her story of I was on vacation. To
Mhm.
you, it was I'm coming on business. To us,
Right.
it was bitch, I was on vacation. Okay. All right, interesting. Two stories, but hey, that is the duplicitous Miss Tuna
Yeah.
Fish. Okay.
Baby.
It's gonna be one version for you, and one version for you, and one version for you. Okay. That's just my opinion. That's what I think I'm hearing. So okay. Interesting. So she calls you, she lines up free lodging. Did you guys have any fun? I guess I'm answering this question, but did you guys have she came in, who picked her up at the airport? You did?
I did. Yes.
Okay. What happened? Like did you guys go out to dinner? Did you guys have any fun before she took off on her sexcapades?
Uh, we did go to dinner the first night, and
Where'd
I
you
went.
guys eat?
We
Where'd
ate
you eat?
Chinese.
Okay.
We went to
Her
yeah, we went
favorite.
to
Some
a
noodles? You guys had some noodles?
Chinese buffet.
Okay,
So
buffet. Okay,
yeah, we went
yes.
to a buffet, and
Okay, okay.
we went, and I was like, okay, now I'm gonna drop you off and back at the house because I have to go to work. Like I don't take off for things that I didn't plan for, so I'm still gonna go to work.
Right. It's not
So
like you guys were running off to Galveston to the beach or she had a plan. She said she was going
yeah,
on
she was
she had
coming for
business
business,
and you assumed she was gonna occupy herself and you guys would chill in the evening.
right? So
Okay,
I'm like, okay, so
that's
I went to
fair.
work.
I mean, you
I think
guys are 20 somethings. I mean, okay, that seems, but keeping in mind this is a woman with 3 kids at home and just got married.
Mhm.
You're still a single girl with 1 kid, very different. She just got married. She literally just got married 2 months before and has 3 kids and a husband. And
Mhm.
you are a single girl with 1 kid and you find out that she's got like dates lined up. She met someone on Plenty of Fish and bitch toodles. Okay. Did she tell you she was going out with someone off Plenty of Fish?
Yeah, she did after she
Okay, so she gave you his information in case she didn't come home. Like,
no.
girl, if I go
She just
missing, here's my
didn't know
information.
information, girl. She just was like, "Oh, look at him," and then it was
And was
like,
this Maurice?
"Yeah, it was him."
Okay. This was Maurice. Um, and when I don't know anything about Plenty of Fish. When she met Maurice, is is this on some hookup stuff? I know that they say it's more of some hookup stuff on POF, like anonymous type sex type stuff. Is that what it was? Like, I guess if we like each other, we're gonna go have a drink. If we like each other, I guess we're gonna do the damn thing. Is that what POF?
I
I mean,
I
is
think
that
for her, yeah,
for
like
her?
she
Yes. Okay.
wanted
That's
something
not everybody, but for
to
her.
do.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So Maurice was on POF. Did she come home that night? Did she screw someone in your house? Did it smell
Mm,
like Badussi
she
in your
did.
living room? Did you have Badussi odor? Did you have to defunk your couch?
Oh my gosh! Look, I think she did. I don't know. She said that she Had sex on the couch, but
Ew. Do you still have the same couch?
I do my green couch.
Girl, I'm sorry. We have about 502, and if you invited any of us over, I promise you we're not coming. We're not sitting on the couch.
Oh my gosh!
Bar
No, I
stools will
promise.
do.
Oh, I
But
promise.
just see, shouts out to Troletta. If you're out there, hun, we miss you. Troletta made me almost get into a car accident one day saying Bajussi in one of her lives, and I love when I get the opportunity to say Bajussi. Yes, Bajussi. It's so appropriate.
Oh, you, yes,
Wow. Wow.
yeah.
Okay. So she came home. He didn't even get her a room. He busted her down on your couch. Wow.
I'm gonna say so, just because I feel like at the time I knew her well enough to think that like that's happened, but I know she was at his mother's house also at over there. So it's like she did what she did.
Did
Like,
the mother know that she had a whole married woman in her home? Because these are people, I mean, I don't know. Like, you know what? People also forget that just because you're at someone's friend's parents' house doesn't mean they're not messy. But I'm just wondering the fact that maybe, I don't know if they were, I know he was Latino. Do you know if he was Mexican or what nationality he
yeah,
was?
he was Mexican.
I mean, did they not know that she was a married woman? Because I would almost imagine his mother would chase her out the house with a broom,
I
like her
personally
good
don't think
son.
from what I know, they just went. They was in his room, and they, in their
You had
culture,
a whole 30-year-old
Mhm.
mother of 3 children and a husband on several states away. And how old was Maurice? Do you know? Because if he was living in a back bedroom at his mommy and daddy's house,
I think
is
he
he
was still
even 21?
in his mid to early 20s. I know he was just like he was in his 20s, like down there in the 20s. Like he wasn't older.
He was down there in the 20s. Was he
Like
like 21? Was he at the community college?
now
Did he
that
work
I
at
don't
like
know,
Zaxby's or something? Do you know what kind of
but
job the man held?
he
Oh,
was
I know what kind of job he held. He was a party drug distributor, was he not? He was in pharmaceutical
yeah.
sales.
He
Okay. He was a non-traditional pharmaceutical sales rep
he was.
of the street
Yeah.
party drug variety that's sold in little clear baggies. Okay. Okay. Do you think they connected on POF potentially on some can I get a hookup type ish?
I
What was
think
your impression? What was your opinion on that? Because we don't know the facts.
my opinion is that she really wants someone to care about her a lot.
Grew up by
So,
not from Plenty of Fish,
but one, so
even for
one,
one night.
but you have to. Haven't you seen this person come on this platform and like cling to people? Like if you see it in person, you like, dang, you serious?
Thirsty.
Like attachment. So it's like if you see my last video, 5 hours it took.
What do
So
you mean 5 hours? Explain
5
5 hours,
hours
please.
it took to kind of like have intercourse with Frank in my video I posted. So if you think this
Hold on,
Maurice,
Frank. Are you talking about Zola Bands? Who's
no, I
Frank?
don't know him.
Who is Frank?
Frank is Motor City B.
Stop it. 5 hours from when she met him?
Oh, see, Frank, you ain't watching my video. Ooh.
So she met him at CC's Pizza and she came running out with the pizza boxes. What I want to know is how many pizza boxes, because we've got one mommy on the YouTube streets that buys one box of pizza for 6 people in the house. Okay. I'm sure she had
Huh?
several. He was coming out of his job. He almost ran into her, or he held the door open for this girl running out with pizzas because the kids were in the car. So let's just say that was 4 in the afternoon. By 9 o'clock, her panties were off. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Wow,
Yeah.
Olivia,
And the
girl.
fact that
Did he bring you a Pepsi? Did you ask him to stop at the store and bring you a bag of chips and a soda? Did you have him at least stop and bring you something? Or he was able to just come through and just treat you sloppy?
it
My
takes me
God.
to tell you because literally
My Lord. Girl. You got to be more careful.
So
This is bad news for the YouTube streets, ladies. I don't want to hear about none of y'all. Okay? This is terrible. Olivia, girl. Girl, let me tell you something. If this is this is no accident. We got to get back to Maurice though before we jump into Brandon. I just, if you are, this is no accident that people are showing up to tell stories about you. And at the end of the day, this is more about you than it is about them, because people feel compelled to tell their side of the story because somehow you inject all of these people and you disrespect them with tall tales and fabrications. And people feel like they have to tell their story. If you would just shut the fuck up and not introduce us to people or keep their name out of your mouth while you want them to keep your name out of their mouth, this would never happen, because Mesha, you've been quiet for almost a year.
Yes, friend.
You've been quiet for almost a whole year.
She takes digs and cause she's baroque. And it's just like, you're in a nightgown from Walmart. I'm broke. Like, it's crazy to me. Like, so I don't say nothing because, like I said, that's all like a mental health issue. Okay. It is, because calling people broke, it really makes them just say you're strange, because that has nothing to do with anything.
Rather than just say she's not my friend, I don't know her, she's no one I know, this girl doesn't really know me, she wants to go up and down the list of her wig is from this time, oh, you're this, I'm a big bitch but so are you. Like, girl, just stop it. The comparisons don't mean anything at the end of the day. Mesha, I haven't had anyone inboxing me to want to tell me anything about you, but there is a array, there is a plethora, shouts out to Keisha Anderson, there's a plethora of people reaching out to want to tell their stories on Miss Tuna Lafiche Johnson. Okay. All right. So Maurice she met Maurice off of Plenty of Fish. They hooked up on some POF, I guess, and also turned out that he was a independent salesperson of party drugs in his city. Is that something that you heard potentially?
But I don't think that was true. He might have had like drugs.
He had some, but he wasn't necessarily he wasn't in sales.
I don't want to say that he's like us now.
Okay.
No,
he had access to what he needed to feel good on a Friday night.
Yeah, but not like a big time dope dealer. No.
Okay. Was that something that so Olivia, okay, he had the hookup. So was she hanging with him the whole time?
Most of the time, yes. Until it was time to hang out with the other ladies. She would participate in her business trip.
Okay. So how did she hook up with Denzel again? Let's fast forward to the reunion of the Liv and Denzel situation. Was Denzel now from Dallas living in Houston? Had he moved, or did he jump on the highway to come see his old piece?
He drives trucks, so he just so happens.
Oh, okay. So he was going to be in. He may have actually even spoke prior, so maybe he already knew she was coming through, and he would do a pit stop in the area.
I doubt it, Fran. Okay. I just don't think it was that. Now this person, as much as they feel like on the internet that they're just so like everyone's checking for me, in real life, that's not the case. So it literally was like, where is he? Can you tell him, give him my number? Tell him to call me. I'm going to call him. Where is he? So you're looking for someone. So therefore, he just happened to be doing like a drop off and coming to get his car to go back to Dallas. And my son's dad called him and told him to stop by.
Yo, Tuna LaFish is in town. Did he say that? Or was it a surprise when he came through the door that Tuna LaFish was there?
No, he knew
what's up, hon?
There. He knew she was there. He knew she was there.
Okay.
Yeah, he knew she was there.
Okay. So, and did she disappear that night, or you guys went to your bedroom? You guys went to sleep and
Well, I went to
The
work.
couch was desecrated one more time.
I
That
went.
poor couch, that sofa. It was sofa time at Misha's
I'm
house, okay?
done. Oh
Wow.
my gosh! And I think there was just one that I feel like the couch thing happened because she
Sofa
was.
time. I'm never going to be able to think of your channel name again without thinking of Tuna Lafiche because she is a couch. She is a couch surfer, legit. Okay.
I am so.
Wow. Wow, Liv. You can't even get a guy to take you to like $100 a night situation at like the Motel 6. Does it even cost that much at the Motel 6? You can't even get a bed for the night at a hotel and get a shower.
It's cheap. It's $100. Yeah,
It's not even $100.
doubt it.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Wow. Wow.
Make it
Okay, so she hooked up with Denzel. Um, wow. Guys, I think I found the audio. I've got a little treat for you guys. I found the audio of when Ming and Chrissy and Jasmine did a StreamYard after Olivia decided to out everybody and Ming went off and I think Ming lost her live privileges and all that stuff. When Jasmine was like, "What's the problem? I only slept with one guy." Like Jasmine was there literally for 36 hours and we know that Olivia said that she was popping plan Bs like Tic Tacs. Um I found that audio in my crates, so we're going to have to listen to that and do like a throwback or something in honor of Misha bringing all of this back. You know, I mean, it's a quiet weekend. Why not? It's getting ready to be the holidays. I know everyone's going to be making their turkeys and trying to be good. So anyway, so she met Maurice. She was participating. Is there anything you want to tell us? I mean, Olivia told us a lot. The ladies told us a lot. Chrissy told us it was like Chrissy's version, Ming's version, Jasmine's version. We know that they partied. Um, I think right now, I think what you can speak to, I guess, is as your relationship as a friend and being a observer, being able to see kind of what happened. Um, is there anything else about Momcation that you know or want to tell us? Like anything else we that was interesting that we don't know at this moment? Oh, Maurice, did he steal from her? Can you tell me about that?
Oh, he
I have a
definitely
note that Maurice
stole that
stole
money.
from her.
He
What is
did.
all that all about?
I guess.
Allegedly, I don't know.
Well, she kept saying my son's dad had stole money from her, and he was just like, "Girl, I like."
Why got to be your son's dad?
I guess she trusted the man that she known for 20 hours. She trusted him dearly, and it just couldn't have been
What
him.
was
And
stolen?
so,
Some money?
some money. It might have been supposedly $50.
Why is it always $50? She said Zolo stole $50 from her.
Oh, cut it
Girl,
out.
she said Zolo stole $50 cash app from
Cut
her.
it out.
Okay. Um, just like
Gosh.
everyone's always gay. Did you notice that? Every time she breaks up with someone or doesn't like someone, she calls them gay.
Oh, is she turning them gay? Like, what's
I
that?
don't
Like,
know. She even tried to say Niecy was gay. You know what I mean? Like that Niecy tried to come on to her. So everybody, it doesn't. She's an equal opportunity.
that's the thing.
Um,
Like, you gotta
that
stop.
everybody wants her. Everyone wants her because she's so damn sexy.
Okay, like I don't know what is it like. Where's the brains though? So I'm.
Mm-mm. Okay, so he stole $50 from her. Okay, so that's not a big deal. But it's a big deal because she accused your man and she was staying at your house. Did she accuse your man when she was staying at your house of stealing? You know what? Did she accuse him when she was at your house that $50 was missing?
Yes,
Okay. How did that left things a little weird, didn't it?
it
Is
did
that why
because
you and your man were arguing that night?
might have been, or he just be doing too much.
Like
But
when is this bitch leaving?
Because I know she was just like, oh, he stole some of my cigarettes. He's been stealing from me, and I was just like, girl, like y'all people that smoke cigarettes, like if they're on the table, like, cause we don't think anything of that. Like if I'm like, oh well, I have something on the table, it's for everybody, like a pack of cigarettes, like so he took two. So I
He
guess
took 2, so he stole them. So did
so
he
he
throw
stole.
$2 in her face and be like, "Bitch, go buy some more"?
No, he said, bitch, fuck you. I'm not giving you
He should
nothing.
have said like, "Ice Cube, you better take your ass to the stove."
He just like,
Okay.
bitch, fuck you.
He
No, and
should have
I
done
wouldn't
her
do
like, what was
anything.
that in what was the movie? Uh what was it, South, not South Central, but
Oh,
you know what I'm
Minister
talking about
Society.
with huh?
Minister Society. Was that what
Was
that
it
is?
Master Society?
He
He
was
said, "You better
like,
take your ass to the stove." Because someone had drank all the beers or whatever. He said, "Take your ass to the stove."
yeah, I think that's
Okay. So Brandon, wait, me, Brandon, Olivia. So you did not know Brandon. You met Brandon through Olivia,
yes.
right? Um, Let me ask you a question. What are your thoughts on her naming the dog Louie? I'm a dog lover. Do you think she called Louie? Did you think she named Louie as kind of a fu to you? It was on the coattails of her being discovered for having not returned a bag that she knew was yours and decided to put her shit in it and carry it around town.
You know what? I honestly, until recently, just heard that there was a dog named Louie. So, like, I didn't know anything about that then because I didn't, seeing that would have just like,
She seems diabolical enough. I mean, I don't know her, but she seems like that type of bitch to want to do something to low key
yeah.
needle.
But who's
What do you
upset
think?
then though, Fran? Like then you
Huh?
think of Louis, you think of my bag, you think of me. So who's really like that to me?
Well,
That
she's doing it as a fu to you. It's more of a I got your bag.
I think she
Um,
thinks that
yeah.
bothers me, but I really think of it more as if like, are we that much in poverty and like you just can't? Because I thought you were so bossed up. Like I thought I just think differently, I think, than she does about the bag. I really look at like I look down on you. Like I don't know why
It's
she
a trash move.
yes. So I think
It's a
she
trash
thinks
move.
of it as in, haha, you're not gonna get it back. But I see it more as in like, what type of bitch are you? You know, like
I mean, look, you had a good run with your bag. At this point, the best would be is whatever you decide to do, whether you go back and buy yourself one with a bandolier, you go get yourself a 2022 with your first good YouTube check that can pay for that. Or however you want to do it. You know what I mean? It's kind of a nice trophy if you can do it with a YouTube check because it's money that you've earned on something that she, I've seen her tell people, yes, you should have a YouTube channel, but then she doesn't want you to have a YouTube channel. Did she ever tell you that you should have a YouTube channel? I felt like when I saw you in one of her blogs, she said that you should have a YouTube channel.
yes, because I'm very friendly and sociable. Like people would love me. Yes. She was like,
She
"You should
told
do
Nick,
it."
she told Nisi that too. It's like she tells people they should have a channel, but then she doesn't want them to have a channel. Like she told Zolo he should have a channel, but then she didn't want him to have a channel because she ever tell you what the rules would be? Like, don't talk about me, don't vlog about me, things like that.
No, she well for me, I don't know what she telling me. She didn't tell me anything. I have to figure out. I had to figure everything out on my own. Like
So she
you can't.
never offered to like, girl, we'll go live together. I'll help you get some subscribers. They'll know you because of me. Because you're my
Sometimes,
bestie. Don't fuck with her.
sometimes
That's my bestie.
on her community tab, she posted me a couple times or whatever, and then I would get some traffic because of that. But like, and that's cool. But like the fact that like I'm not tech savvy or anything, and she knew that, like it, like working everything and trying to figure out how YouTube goes and everything, I never got any support or anything like that. So when it's like oh well, I made you, it's like it's telling people that you know me,
Right.
shit,
I mean, she
like, that
probably
don't
did
mean
more to
shit.
help Zolo maybe than
Yeah,
you, just because they were bedmates. They were together a lot. Um. Okay. So
yeah.
let's move on. Let's move on to you were living in Houston. what made you decide to move to Dallas and then call her up and say, I'm coming to Dallas. Um, my apartment won't be ready for a period of time. You know, can I stay with you? Like, what happened?
Okay. Well, I actually was on leave from work. So
Okay.
because I was on leave and my lease was up, I came back to Dallas because I have more family and stuff up here. So
Mm.
I came back to Dallas. She called me and she was like, excuse me. She called me and she was just telling me about what was going on down there in Florida.
Mm.
Yes, Florida, because she was in that house. So when she called, it must have been within, like a
Can
few
we
days.
park on that? You mentioned the house. 1 second. Did
Mhm.
she tell you she bought the house or did she tell you it was a rent to own?
Well, she
Or
said she had
leased or whatever?
bought a home and then days later she was like, I'm gonna up and leave. I was like, but you just bought a home. And she was like, oh, I did a renters program where she put down some money and the plumbing was messed up. So because the plumbing or something was
What,
messed
it
up,
couldn't handle her elephant-sized shits or something? Like, what was the problem? What
she
was
said,
wrong with the plumbing? How is there something wrong with the plumbing?
I have no idea, Fran. This is a conversation. The plumbing was messed up throughout the house. Things weren't either flushing right, turning on right, the system or whatever. So it would cost a lot of money
So
to get.
days later, she's in the house. Was this days later after Gerard left, or literally days she had just moved in and she's already talking about leaving?
No, Gerard left already.
He
Gerard had
dropped her
left.
off, moved her in, and burned out.
He literally, yeah, because he was already in Dallas, and so I guess that's when she was like, "Oh, you're there." I'm trying to leave anyways because this house is too much. It's all these things going on with it. So
I mean, it's a big difference going from an apartment to a house. And if she thought she was going to play game number 55 and thought he wasn't leaving when he made the decision to leave, he did what a man does. He took
mhm,
his wife that he's planning on ditching, and going about his way,
yeah.
which he'd already told her he was leaving, and got his children set up and where they needed to be, and then burned out.
Yeah.
Okay, so she got in there and probably got scared, like, okay, I'm not in an apartment complex. I mean, it's different living in a house and you're in a whole neighborhood you don't know. Your man just left. Um, he's states away. And maybe she's thinking, like, I gotta really come through with the rent, whatever. Okay. But she accepted all of these gifts. Were you watching as the gifts were rolling in from the registry? And she did a whole video thanking people, but she never actually purchased a home. She was renting. So it wasn't like a housewarming. It was, bitch, I bought a house. It wasn't just housewarming gifts. It was congratulatory. We bought a house, not we just rented a home.
I didn't know
And
anything
some
about it.
people may say, well, what's the difference? We moved.
No,
Just
it's a
think about the last time you moved. Did somebody come shake your hand and send you a bunch of gifts?
no, it's a difference.
Whether you're on social media or not, did you put up a whole registry for people to buy you a bunch of shit outside of your aunties and your uncles who want to make sure you got a good blender or something?
Right.
And you're grown and you just got married and you're telling a whole social media platform you just purchased a home, but you did not. So you created a registry on some scammer shit that you purchased a home, but you really did not. You rented a home that you're saying that days after she moved in, she was ready to go.
And I don't even know if it was really days. I just know that Gerard had left, and then it was like I'm ready to go. I
Misha, what's
didn't.
your zodiac sign? I'm sorry to interrupt.
I'm a Gemini.
Gemini. Okay.
Yeah.
Silver Moon was asking. Okay. So days after or soon after,
Mhm.
Fran Gerard told her it was over. He was leaving. She rented the house and then ran after him. Maybe she thought that that was going to keep him, though. That's my point. Maybe that's what she thought. Lavish Landa, what's good, hun? She stays calling people broke. She's calling people broke because she knows what broke looks like because she's broke. But she's deflecting. She knows people aren't broke. Um, And whether, and you know, sometimes there are people out here who know the old you. And I'm not saying that you're broke, Misha, but maybe if once upon a time money was a little tighter, things were a little bit harder, maybe she's still trying to bring you down a peg or two. The bitch never called me broke because a bitch ain't broke. You know what I'm saying? But maybe if she knew you once upon a time and things were like Chrissy, look, at the end of the day, she always wants to bring Chrissy down a peg or two. Chrissy, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's think about this. Chrissy borrowed $50 from me. You know, maybe look, people are still, you know, at certain points, some people are still learning how to manage their money. But at the end of the day, if you put yourself in a position to be called out, you're putting yourself in a position to be called out. So, or she's also the type of person that she knew you when, and now you a bitch thinks she's too good, so maybe she wants to try to bring you down a peg or two. She just seems like that type.
Maybe
She's a
so.
hate that's a hater. She's a hating ass type. You know what I'm
Maybe,
saying?
maybe
Who do you
so.
think you are? You're not bougie. You're a broke bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like
Oh,
that's her dialogue about you.
you know, it's funny because literally, and I'll tell anybody because I'm not scared to work. Even when I had to work 3 jobs, before I had my son, I'm gonna look like I have something. And I think that's the thing that she cannot keep up with is looking like she has anything. Like I don't never want to look like my struggle ever. And I think that like you calling someone that and then it's like, yeah, you can go through some things, but you don't have to look like it. You know, she literally looked like hell every day. She
Mhm.
looked like what she's going through every day. Like look like misery over there. So I mean, it really doesn't bother me. You really have to know who you are to deal with people like that, girl.
So they're talking in the chat. There's talks about Gerard says she makes just enough to pay her bills. Do you have any knowledge? Did she ever share with you what her YouTube AdSense looks like? Normally, I do not care what people make, but it's part of the conversation. Do you have any knowledge on that? Do you know if she's
Um,
just over broke?
she's never shared it with me, but from what the dudes say, it's about 4 bands.
4 bands, which is disgraceful for a channel of her size. There are channels of her size that are making 3 to 4 or 5 times that much. Um, period. So there are channels that have, yeah, if it's 4 bands,
Yeah, because I think she's made
a
like
bitch ain't working. She
40,000,
should be making a lot more
a
than
year.
that with her potential. I mean, you know, you have your potential and then you have your actual. And it all depends on your output and it depends on your audience and it depends on how much they're watching. It depends on a lot of different things that will get you paid. And at the end of the day, um, if you're not putting out the content to get your work up, understand, guys, lives don't pay like a ton of money. Um, so, but also let's keep in mind, Olivia used to work at the grocery store. So 4 bands to her might be the equivalent of, she might be thinking $1,000 a week. $1,000 a week is like $25 an hour. And working at Sprouts, um, that's a come up because she was making more money and she's not at the register and she's not having to wear her shirt and she's not having to report to work. So for someone who's making $8 to $10 an hour, this is a come up, right? I would assume. She might feel like, I'm rich, bitch.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, I'm just saying for that's a little, I don't want to say it's delusional, but money is relative. There's a lot of people that can get by on a certain amount and think that that's money, but um you know, in some households $4,000 doesn't cover everything. But she, you know, for her,
Yeah.
maybe $4,000 is okay. You know what I'm saying? Like she, you know, I mean, look, we see the grocery hauls and the clothing hauls and stuff like that. Look, I'm not trying to completely degrade her, but at the end of the day, we are trying to we're just answering some questions. Okay, interesting. Um, Camos and bows, she could be making way more than that. Okay, and I'm dead serious. Now she's not a fashion vlogger, so but definitely her output is probably reflecting in that AdSense check. Not to mention she doesn't appear to have outside endorsements and things like that. Um, okay, so let's fast forward. Olivia came back to Dallas. She came running after her husband. Um, so she says, but the minute she gets there, she's at what is it? CC Caesars. She's at Little Caesars, running out with some pizzas, and she runs into a guy, and his name is Brandon. And
Mhm.
you're saying that 5 hours later, she had no underwear on?
Yeah.
Now, how did you know this? Did she tell you this, or did Brandon tell you this?
No, she told me. I
She
mean,
said,
because why else
"Girl."
did you come over that night?
He came over that night to her new place. And she said she was trying to get back with her husband. Even though I said, "Oh, she's probably on her way to get back to her husband." She said, "No, I'm just here to get my kids closer to their father." Okay, but then you took up with the guy at the little, so maybe she was. I mean, she seems like, is she someone who doesn't know what she wants? Is it one day she wants one thing and the next day she wants something else?
I just think she wants to be in control of the things, and no one else can have what she wants at that moment. Because you don't
Wow.
want that man, you don't want him, and he's with the one that does want him and wants to keep him. So if that was the case, you shouldn't have did all the stuff you did. Like you just
Do you
shouldn't have.
think she really liked Brandon? Because last Christmas they were at that fair in Dallas. He had on his Dallas Cowboy dad sweater, and
Oh,
he had on like a little sweater vest, and he had the kids, and they were walking around with lights and everything. You thought that they were like a little family. Um,
okay.
but then I guess she got mad because Gerard was for real not wanting her back, and she decided to go back to Florida because she did seem miserable there, and she was indulging in lots of, she was drinking. I mean, um, Brandon seems to like a cocktail, and I think she was indulging in, he would drink his what, Patron, and she was drinking bottles of Apple E&J. I mean, she drank so much that I know her drink, Apple E&J, and I think I watched Brandon one night on a live on Instagram polish off a Patron. Like, he literally was turning the bottle up on Patron.
Hmm. Well, I think she had more freedom not being around her family, being in Texas, and she took advantage of that. Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah.
So, and she was just like having her fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Wow.
say that. Yeah, she had her fun because she wasn't with her family. Nobody to tell her what to do and control her or those types of things.
Okay.
Hmm.
So tell me, so she said she met Brandon the same night he came over. They they handled business. Um, what did she say? Did she say she liked him? I'm gonna make
Yeah,
him my
she did like
man. Like,
him.
what did she say?
She did like him. She liked him. Well, she liked him at that moment. Yeah. Um, Not really much. I'm gonna be honest. That's where I feel like we were just like faux friends or something. Like everything was kind of surface, but I come to my own conclusions because I was like seeing. I see stuff because I'm
You
around
got to
Europe.
spend some more time with her, and then you guys had some space and distance now. You guys were getting a little older. Um, so you saw her in Houston. Were you watching the whole debacle unfold on her channel of everything that was occurring with the momcation, people like me doing reports? Were you watching when we would be like telling what happened? Like, how did you find out about what happened that weekend? Or were you totally like, I don't know what the
I
fuck is going on?
didn't. I didn't until this time last year. Like, girl, that was a
When you
thing.
went to go stay at her house,
No, well, like whenever she moved with the
when she
U-Haul,
moved to Dallas and you came up and you realized she watched something called reaction videos.
right? So because I don't watch anything in this sector, I like more like
'Cause-
fashion and
Oh, yes,
lifestyle.
absolutely.
I'm just saying,
Unboxings,
I don't.
self care videos.
The drama is kind of like not so. Yeah, so that's just me. So I didn't know anything about like this. So I'm like, dang, it's really like, mommy's like, are you?
Deb, we're gonna get to that. We're getting ready to get to a whole nother good part. So you get to the house. So you say, "Hey, bitch." Do you guys strike me as a type like, "Hey, bitch, what's up?"
Yeah,
Is that how you guys talk to each other? Okay. Because
yeah.
I felt like when you guys would be on Instagram, she'd be like, "Hey, bitch," and you'd be like, "Bitch, what's up?" Um, that's
Yes,
what we
Fran. That
watch
was
you do on Instagram with each other. Um, so so you said, "I'm coming to Dallas," and she said, "Girl, come on." So you went up there. She had already taken up with Brandon. You got there and she was treating you like step cousin LaQuinta, who is disrupting my love fest up here in this house. She she was not a good hostess, would you say? She didn't
well,
receive you with open arms while you were waiting for your apartment. You weren't there because you were broke and busted. You were there because the apartment that you leased was not ready yet.
right.
The
And my
apartment
auntie
was
sold her house in a day and moved back downtown. So because I got a job closer to the area she was in, I just chose to be like, okay, fine.
I
I'll
mean,
just
that's your friend, right? She says you're besties. Why
yeah.
not?
And I was
Okay.
only there a week because I within the story, like it was less than like maybe 7, 8 days before I moved into my apartment. Because when she came from, I was already in Dallas. I was in Dallas. I was at my auntie's. She's in my vlogs and everything. I was at my auntie's, and she was like, "I'm coming. I'm coming." I was like, "Okay, girl, come, because I'll be here. You'll have somebody. You know, if you're going through something, I got you. We can talk all that stuff, girl talk. We'll do that." She's like, "Okay." So this had to been end of beginning of September,
Mhm.
end of
Mhm.
September, maybe beginning of October, and by then I think I stayed at her house. It must have been the end of December. It was right before Christmas because she was like, "I got you a Christmas gift, so you better give me one." And I was like,
This
"Girl,
bitch doesn't know how to be a friend, period. My God.
yeah." So
Girl.
she was like,
Okay. I
"Yeah, I
get you
got you
again.
a
You might give me what did she get you for Christmas?
You actually, you have to ask Brandon because he was like, and he doesn't want me to talk about him, but I'm just gonna say this. Brandon, when he came back from Florida, he said, "Misha, that girl really hurt," and I was like, "So." And he was
Why
like,
was she hurt? Because you were mad because why? Okay, so how did you two fell out? She said you didn't clean some dishes.
"Mhm."
You guys fell out basically over some housekeeping.
She
Some
wanted me to
petty
clean her
stuff.
house. She wanted me to clean her house.
Do you think that it was really she was just not comfortable? Was Brandon basically living there?
No, he was in
He had
and
his
out.
own place.
Yeah,
He
he
was
was.
in and out.
Yeah, so he
Okay.
wasn't. I don't think it was because of that. She just expected like she don't want to clean because that's not in her nature. So she wants somebody else to do
I
it.
mean, we saw Zolo cleaning like he was Molly Maids. I mean, he was cleaning
Yeah.
up.
So they can do that, but I'm not because I'm like, girl, I wouldn't make you. Nobody has to do that when they come to my house. Like if I have a
'Cause they're a
cousin,
guest.
like I'm coming to Dallas, can I stay for a month? Cool. Whatever I cook, you can have some, girl. Whatever, all of that stuff. Like I
Like,
don't want
clean
you.
up after yourself, pitch in,
That's
but
it.
maybe you're not responsible to clean up my house, but can you put
You're
your
not.
plate in the sink? Can you use, like, regular manners, right?
You're not
Um,
responsible for my no.
so
So
you
in
guys
her,
fell
yeah,
out. You guys when you fell out, you had an altercation,
mhm,
and you guys got physical with each other. Is that did she call the police?
no,
When you were there, did you how many times did she call the police on Brandon?
I don't know. You know what?
We saw on the YouTube streets, we saw something that you posted. Um,
Mhm,
Gerard told us that there were reports. I guess he got a police report of her address and said that, I mean, she called the police like 9 times, never called the police on him. So at least one or two of the times you were there because you had a video of when he was talking to a law officer
mhm.
at her request. So did you notice any times more? I mean, my God, some
Mhm.
people go a lifetime knowing people and never call the police on them. So I
And-
guess you were only there 7 days. So I guess that was, we know of at least once.
but within that time, it was more so before that, because by the time I was staying there those 7 days, I was at work. I
7
went
whole days.
seven, and it wasn't
Gosh.
even, you know what? It wasn't even 7 days. When I in my story time, I tell y'all, like, literally, I got there on a Monday because I needed to go to orientation. Did orientation for 2 days on the day shift. Went to night shift for the rest of the week. I'm getting up, leaving this lady house in the mornings because I'm like, okay, let me go. So like I really just was not there that week. So that is why I felt like, bitch, I won't wash now nothing that's not mine. I'll be honest with you. And whoever feel like that's wrong, you should clean the lady's house. You should change your
Maybe
mind.
not clean her house. I think the
No.
impression that she left was like you just weren't doing, like you would just,
Yeah, I'm
you go to
sorry.
bed.
I work. I
Like
go to
just
work, and I help aid people back to good health. And we just two different people. I'm not gonna sleep all day.
like it was petty. Like what she was complaining about wasn't even necessarily your mess, but she actually wanted you to clean
No,
above
I
and beyond
cleaned
what would be
my
your mess.
mess. I
Mm.
cooked in her kitchen. I literally cleaned my dishes that morning because I was tired. I made sure when I got up, I cleaned the things that I had. She had a whole dump trunk load of stuff in the kitchen. I wasn't touching it. And I
And
just,
Olivia said something really crass, and the only reason why I'm going to repeat it is because I think she's so ignorant. She said she wanted you to, I guess, clean the bathroom. Maybe you, I don't know if you'd taken a shower, taken a bath, and she said she left a ring. Olivia, you know what? People shed skin cells throughout the day. Okay. Your skin, you're constantly losing skin is shedding off of you, and you work in a hospital, you're outside. People do use washcloths and scrub brushes, and sometimes people actually do have dirt on them. That doesn't mean you're a dirty person. That's why people take baths and showers. If you did things like that, then you would know that, yeah, you should leave some, you're going to leave something behind. If you're so clean that you scrub yourself up and down morning, noon, and night, okay, good. Okay. Why you look always so dirty? Like I was kind of like, excuse me, if you take a good shower or a bath, you also are working in a hospital. I'm sorry. Hospitals are clean environments, but it's kind of an invisible filth on you leaving a hospital because you're taking care of people. It's where the sickest people in your community are residing. You were in the middle of a pandemic and you come home, you take a good shower. You know what I'm saying? Like there's nothing wrong with that. And I felt like she was kind of shaming. I felt like people take a shower. Do you not like that's normal?
this is my
She's a
thing.
weirdo. You also lotions, powders, all of the things that we layer on our bodies. When that stuff comes off, you know what I'm saying? Like she's weird. I
And
mean,
I think
she
I
said
heard
some
that
things to kind of
too.
try to shame you,
I think
and I
she
felt
thought
like
so.
that's normal.
I
People do
think she
get
thought
dirty,
so, Fran. And I think
huh?
I believe she said that she had to have Brandon clean the tub out or something behind me, or like she had to clean or whatever it was. She was trying to say that she had to do that. And I was just
Their
like,
kids don't come home dirty. Like kids are the dirtiest.
but that's the
They play
thing.
in dust and dirt all day.
But won't say that I clean the tub out before I get in the shower in order because your
Right.
kids just took a bath, so they leave dirt in the tub. Like you say, you have to bathe, right?
Right. People have
Okay,
walk around with bare feet.
but that's the
I
thing.
mean,
When you stay at
you
someone's
get dirt
home,
on you.
you clean up after yourself. I don't know.
Right.
Even though that's like whatever.
Makeup. There's many reasons why you will see residue in a bathtub. There's makeup, there's
No,
dirt on your feet. There's residue from lotions and powders and sprays and our skin sheds. Like someone having a ring or residue in the tub after you take a shower, that's where it's supposed to be because you've washed it off to get clean. She is an idiot. And I think when she said that, I was kind of like, I didn't want to talk about it in a, like, you know what I mean? Like, I wanted to make sure we had a chance to talk about it because,
yeah,
like, I know Olivia gets a lot of flack, but at the end of the day, no one ever tells you to turn on this camera with your hair not combed. Clearly, you've not brushed your teeth. I mean, Olivia, We
Mhm.
don't know. We don't know what we don't know. But what we do know is that you used to pop up and be fresh out of bed with a bonnet on all day long. We could tell you have not even had a whiff of toothpaste and have the same thing on till Gerard came home and have the same thing on for 2 and 3 days. You never took a shower. There would be days where she would never take a shower. And I don't know if other people were calling it out, but I know I would be like, "Girl, did you take a shower?" And I wasn't trying to be mean, but I guess it would just come out like, "Girl, you're on this camera morning, noon, and night in the same stuff over and over and over again." You would never see her freshen up unless she was going out somewhere, and then clearly you would notice a difference of someone who looked like they bathed. Um, it was weird, and then for her to come for you, and you hadn't said anything about her, it's like,
Yeah,
"What?"
and I heard about it, friend, but I paid it like no dust because literally the way I was raised, when you do go to people's house, you even spray out the tub after you're done. Like but that's just like I say, like
She's
she
despicable.
made up a lot of stuff, and even if she felt like I left dirt trails to my car, like she could feel that way because it's a lot of nonsense. Like I
Right,
don't.
it's very
It's
silly
very,
and,
very, very silly
right,
because
very
I
silly.
go to work and I wash my tail.
Um, so gosh, I feel like we've covered a lot of ground. I
Mhm.
don't know if anyone has any questions. Do you wanna take a couple of questions? Called her Loki.
Ooh.
Like, we got to Brandon. Is there anything else that you want us to know? I mean, I know you told your story. Guys, Mesha has a whole channel. If you're not subscribed, go check her out. She did a whole story time where she went into a lot of detail about when they fell out. We didn't go into a whole lot of detail just because she did that in her video, and I don't know that it's really necessary. Does anyone have any very specific questions? Would you like to take any would you like to take any comments from the comment section,
You can
or
read me a
would
question.
you like to talk to the people and let me and drop the I mean, it's up to you. If there's anyone disrespectful or out of line, we will disconnect them right away. I mean, I don't think Olivia is above trying to call in, but maybe she will, maybe she won't. Who cares? Anyway, but I don't think maybe there's some loyalty gang out there watching.
I'll take a
Fine.
couple of
We don't know.
questions, friend. That's fine if
Pardon?
you. I'll take a couple of questions. That's fine.
Okay. Does anyone? We will drop the link. This is gonna get exciting. Because it's always fun to talk. Guys, you know my policy. If you're new here, come respectful. If you are disrespectful, you will be handled disrespectfully, and that's just how we handle things here. There's not a whole lot of rules here. We don't hold hands and say, "Mother, may I?" Ask your questions. Talk about Nisha. What do you know? I think we talked about a situation once where she told you, can you talk about a situation where there was some flattening of some tires potentially? Is that
Oh,
something
yeah.
you can talk about?
Oh my gosh, yeah. She
Did
had.
someone end up with some flattened tires?
Yeah, see, I'm not so and so. Somebody said don't talk about them, so I won't say their name. But they were at home with the kids, and she went to go pop her baby daddy tires. So
Mm.
yeah, she did, and then poor him. He thought like he had like ran over a nail or something, and I was like, no, that was her upset that you left Po Ting Ting.
Po Lil Tink Tink. Really?
Ting Ting.
So, and so he never knew. What
Yeah.
about Nisha? Did they ever meet each other face to face? Was there ever any kind of battle of the battle between those two, like face to face? Did they ever meet in person?
I have heard like she would call the lady's phone and like harass her and stuff, and I just feel like was her his girlfriend. She was always very very nice about it. Like she really did handle it respectfully. She treated her like she was delusional. Okay, all
She's a
right, okay.
Virgo.
Like,
She's
she just
practical, pragmatic. She's like, "Bitch, got bye.
she was like,
Girl,
okay,
we
and
get
that's
ready to go to
what
bed."
it is.
That's
Oh
the
well.
best. Girl, we get ready to go to bed. We don't have time. Do you want to speak to Gerard? Hold on. Let me pass the phone.
And let me tell you, what, and
Can I help
it
you?
killed her. It killed her. She would be like, ah, that bitch, and because she wanted to go back and forth with her, she would kill her off so cold. And I'd be like, damn. I'm telling you, I remember when she found her picture in his phone. She was like, "Oh my gosh, I found her picture." She's and
My
then she took
body
a
used
deep
to look like that. Remember? She was like, my body
she took
used to
a
look like
deep
that.
breath, and then
She
she
was
showed me the
stressed.
picture, and I
But
said,
I've had 3 kids.
"Damn."
I've had 3 kids, and my body used to look like that.
And you
Oh
know
my
what? We
god.
gotta let that go about the 3 kids excuse. It just put
Right.
the food down. It's okay.
Push
You
away
want to
from
look
the
like that
table.
again?
Push away.
Like, what'd you say?
Push away from the table.
Yeah, like my thing is, if you're gonna be a big girl, be one, but don't complain about nothing. I don't like that. Don't complain
Right.
about it.
It's
You
like
know?
it's like you dry snitch on yourself. I mean, that's basically all
Yeah.
you're doing. Like, we don't care.
It,
Um okay, so I pinned the link, guys. Don't be shy. Come through. Um Misha, tell us something about you. Tell us something we don't know. Tell us something about you. What kind of business do you have? What does Misha do on a daily? Um, what's your
okay.
what you got going on?
Okay. So right now, I am pretty focused on my business. I have a beauty studio in Dallas, and basically,
Marsweeta, we
I
see
do.
you. Hold on just a second, hon, okay?
Oh, hi. I do makeup, and then I have a braider and a lash tech in the studio with me. So during the week, I just really go back and forth and open the door for them. I take appointments mainly on the weekends. I have a sugar scrub company, which I've branched out and I've added more spa-like products. So follow me on Instagram, Sweetest Redemptions. That's my body care line. I also have a nonprofit called High Maintenance Society. So currently, I go to Houston pretty often, and I conduct workshops with the ladies in the community that need hygiene products and such things like that. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Marsweeta, let me take you off mute. Uh-oh. Marsweeta, I think we lost you, honey. Are you here? Marsweeta, I guess reconnect your mic. I had you on mute. Hold on. Let me see if there's something I can do. Marsweeta, come back, hon, when you maybe disconnect and then come pop back in. Um, so you've got your sugar scrubs,
Mhm.
so hygiene products. Um, you've got your business, and you said you're in a suite. So
Yes,
is that your business?
yes, it's
So
a brand
the
of
stylist and the
redemption.
lash tech rent from you.
Yes.
Okay,
I do.
so
So
you've
if you
got
guys,
kind of like
anyone do nails in Dallas, hit me up in my inbox on Instagram.
so
If you
you've
do
got
nails,
basically like a shop where people can come and like manage their beauty business.
yes, you
And
can.
they rent stalls and stuff. They rent
Yes,
the
you
spot.
can rent a
Okay,
space.
Marsweeta, how are you, hun?
Hi, good night.
Wow.
Hey, how are
Hi,
you?
I am awesome. Good night, Fran.
How are
Good
you,
night,
Marsweeta?
chat. I am awesome. Awesome. Yes, please. I
So,
am
Marsweeta,
awesome.
tell us. We've got Misha here.
Hi.
Former bestie, as Olivia put it.
And
What
put it.
do you want to know?
Marcelita. Ooh, come on, girl.
Hi.
Hey. What's your question?
Okay, Misha.
Yeah.
Hi, Misha. I'm sorry to ask this, but I am curious. There were some comments that Liv made in relation to a personal matter
Uh-huh.
regarding your health.
Okay.
I want to know if you heard about it.
No. Cause I'm a big girl, but
Fran,
I'm
do you know what I'm speaking
healthy.
about?
Not right away.
She made a certain, she made some comments about um, strong mommy Chrissy and her health.
Oh God, she said that too about Misha.
Pardon?
She said the same thing about Misha.
Not the same, not as strong as that, but something along that line. So
like
Oh.
Yeah.
a sexual
Oh, I
disease?
think I did get a DM about that. No,
She said that last night.
apparently she
Yes.
did, but I haven't heard anyone say that I stink, so maybe she's speaking her truth and putting it on me because
Wait, okay, I was having issues because I was
yeah,
getting
no,
feedback twice. So I just
yeah,
wanted to know for something like that to be put in the public domain.
yeah,
And I realized that it seems to be a trait of hers where either, like Fran said, either you're gay or
uh,
in this case now you have something medically wrong with you.
right.
I'm just wondering about you appeared not to know, how do you feel about her making that claim to thousands of people about you? That's the only question I have.
Okay. Well, being that she is delusional, ma'am, I really don't think much of it because, and this is serious. This is serious because several people say that you have an odor. So I just feel as if, like, you saying that something about someone else is just you putting what's wrong with you onto someone else.
Right,
Okay,
It's how
deflecting.
I take it. So it doesn't
okay.
bother me. It's okay. Yeah, yeah. Like, it's fine.
And just one more question. Where
Yes.
do you go from here? Will you have her name in your mouth again, or are you just over it? What do you plan to do about this situation?
Okay. Well, I really don't plan to keep speaking about her. I just have not so I really just want to just get it out the way so I can just keep going and leave this
Hmm.
behind. Even though I know she will continue to say something about me because like like her once ex-boyfriend said, she was very hurt. And hurt people say things. So it's okay. She can be hurt and she can continue to say my name. And I won't address it anymore.
Okay.
I probably won't.
And sorry, as I'm speaking to you,
Oh,
more
you're
things
fine,
are
hon.
coming to my mind. But
Oh, I did hear that. Okay. She
you know
said,
what I'm speaking about?
yeah, someone put it in the
Hmm.
chat.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I'm puzzled as to, and I must say I admire you because even though you're
oh, thanks.
speaking, there's still a number of things you are not saying. I can tell that you are being very careful in what you say. You still don't want to betray her trust. And even though she has been very dirty to you and she said, I didn't watch her live because she's not going to get a view from me. I saw it on a reactor's channel and she said some very horrible things about you, and you are still holding yourself back. So what is it that is causing you not to go the full hog on her, and you're still showing some measure of loyalty? What is it? Is it your training? Is it you don't want it to become more messy? What is it that is causing you to hold back?
Okay, that's a good question. I don't think that I'm loyal to her as far as like I hold back because of her. You have to really understand that there's lots of parties involved, and that's not
Oh,
fair to everyone else to completely tell a whole story and then someone else is dead wrong for what they did or it inflicts on something else. And then because if my thing is, if I say something and then it's like, okay, well, shoot, she could
it
have been
opens
telling.
the door for more things.
Yeah, it
okay,
does, and I don't think that's fair for other people. So it's not being loyal to her; it's being a decent person to the other people
okay.
Right.
involved. Is what I will say because it's times where I wish I could drag, but then the dragging leads on to who else was there and what really happened.
Okay.
So I don't think that's fair to bring other people in. I don't even want to be the person to even have to sit here and air this lady out. But people asking me, so I'm gonna tell it. But it's just
Right.
more parties and more things involved. So I don't have a loyalty to her I don't talk to her. I don't have any. Let me tell you, I have tried to call this lady to hey, you want to talk about it? Like, what's up? Like, I want my stuff. I have tried to, and it's
Hmm.
always, oh, I don't got nothing to say to you. Okay, well, I have tried to be an
She doesn't
adult
have
and
anything to say until she needs you. We've got 2 people holding backstage,
Okay.
so just hold on
I'm,
for us.
I'm
okay.
gonna
Marcia, are
go
you
off,
good,
Fran.
hon?
Yes, please.
You
I'm good. Have a great time.
okay.
Misha,
Thank you
keep
so
on
much,
keeping on.
Marcia, for the
You're
question, hon.
welcome. All righty.
Okay.
Bye bye.
A question from the chat. Do you think she is really pregnant? Dev, I've got you, and then Fifi, I've got you next time. Do you think what's your spidey sense? Like, what's your gut check when I just said that?
No, that lady,
You
I
sure?
don't believe she's pregnant. I don't believe.
She's with the shits. I mean, I think it's possible she could be pregnant because why not, right? She's a woman and she's not anything different from anybody else. It doesn't take
Possible.
anything special to get
Yeah,
pregnant. But at the end of the day, is she full of shits? Is she full of tricks?
yeah,
Answer that. Is she full of shits? Is she full of tricks?
definitely. So
Okay.
I don't believe it
We
personally.
don't
I do.
know.
It's a good little storyline she's trying to concoction, but I mean,
Okay.
it's
Let
a
me let
flop.
Dev on. Dev, thank you for calling in. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hi, Dad.
Hey ladies, hi Fran, hi Misha.
Hey, how are
First
you?
of all, I have to commend you, Misha, because you're better than me. If someone dragged my name in the way that Tuna has, I would have said all I needed to say, but I feel like you've handled everything very mature. But I was wondering what you knew about, like, I guess her sponsors, like Carol. Does or did Liv just say, hey, I need this and that, and then it would just be paid for? Or like, can you give us any more insight on that?
That is true. Like about Carol, she is some type of trick. Like I don't know how or what she doing for it, but yeah, that's she's yeah, that lady tricking. That or she was. I don't know if that's still going on, but yeah, there was. I don't know because
Well,
I don't
she's
like.
taking advantage of people's kindness that kind of feel sorry for her. So maybe she's
Right.
like milking the feel sorry for me train. And these benefactors
Mm-hmm.
like Jasmine with her low key, I don't have a TV in my bedroom because I gave it to one of the kids. Or I didn't buy pads because I went to buy clothes that I don't need for a baby that hasn't came yet.
Mm-hmm.
All of the, the low. Awkwardness. So yeah. Um, mm,
Fran and the bird.
it's a mess. It's a mess.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
mess.
Wow.
I think that you can have a solid audience without bamboozling them and let people come to you the right way because they just want to support you and not support you because you need money to pay bills, but support you as in I like what you're doing and I'd like to contribute to that rather than try to fool people and trick people into feeling sorry for you. That's the difference between a boss and lost. Okay. If you're a lost chick, that's what you do. You seduce people out of their money. If you are a boss, people people pay you because they want to spend time with you and they think that your time is valuable, so they're gonna just start throwing money. They're gonna reward you for it, either because they're gonna pay you for your services or they're going to treat you like someone that they know's time is valuable, right? um so yeah. Do you have
Wow.
any other
Someone
questions,
said,
hon?
no, that was it. Thank you guys.
All
Wait,
right.
what were you gonna say? I cut you off. You
Oh,
said someone said what?
I was just gonna say somebody said nude pictures, but let's
Yeah.
hope not.
Nude pictures? Oh,
Yeah,
this is nude
that
pictures of
was the
Carol.
exchange.
Ooh.
I'm
Ooh.
like, what? For
All
what?
right. Good night,
That's
guys.
interesting. Okay. Wow, that's interesting. That's something new. Okay.
Yeah.
Dev, thank you so much for coming up, hon. Thank you to
Yeah.
Marsuita. We've got
Thank you.
Fifi in the house. Fifi, thank you for coming
Hey,
through, hon.
Oh,
You
thank
guys
uh-oh.
didn't know
you.
Fifi had some time with Misha last night.
The one and
Um,
only.
I heard
so
26 questions.
oh
You
my
know
God.
what? I still got 26 questions, but I see y'all down to 2 hour mark, and I know Fran got the last sip. But
Fran turns into a pumpkin soon.
But I just want to say I admire you two women up here. Y'all are doing the thing. I'm so happy to be a bougie gang. You know, people like Karen
Aw.
wish that she could, but she ain't. You know what I'm saying? And Misha, I'm so happy that you are able to tell your story. You know, don't worry about Karen, because like I said, you know what I'm saying? Me, Kitty Squad, you know, friend, we got you. You know what I'm saying? Tell your story, do your channel. We gonna handle her and her minions for you.
Thank
Okay?
you,
Cause we
T.
got your back, okay, girl? Keep doing your thing.
Thank
And that's all I wanted to say. I love y'all.
Oh,
Oh,
love you too, Fifi. Thank you, hon. You're
Mwah.
so
Thank
sweet.
you.
So you got a lot of support out here. I think that's what Fifi, that's the unresounding. There's a lot of people that have shown up. They wanted to hear your story. They want to know what's going on.
yes.
Um, what happened to Dice? Did I see something like that? What happened to Dice? Was Dice a dog? What's Dice?
I
Who's
don't know.
Dice?
Unapologetically, Bree. What happened to Dice? Who's
Who kicked in the door, waving the 4-4, and all you heard was "Papa, don't hit me no more." Okay, who kicked in the door? Right, exactly.
Yeah, I can't talk about him today. He said I can't
Okay,
say
okay,
nothing.
okay. I think I asked you about this. Remember the night you were at the studio on Instagram and we heard, "Shawty, I got what you need." When they
Oh
were
my
rapping in the
gosh.
booth, that was so funny. Oh, Dice was the lesbian mod. Okay, she was gonna go to Miami with somebody. Okay,
Oh.
we don't know. Um, Dice is part of Loyalty Gang Gang. Okay, up in this
Yo,
thing.
that's what they doing now?
Um, Free
Okay.
interviews for everybody. Shape what I just video. I'm laughing, but I'm so serious. Let's see. Dice wanted the tuna can. So she says, okay. Do you think is Olivia sexually fluid? I mean, do you know anything about that? Is she open? Look at your
Oh,
face.
you
You're
mean like
like,
her
nah, I think she likes
sexuality?
guys only. So she's exclusively into the
I'm
guys, as far
gonna
as you
say as
know.
much as she likes to hop on everybody's this naive. Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
there's no, so maybe like you said, tricking. If someone is cash apping, she might be saying what she wants to hear. Okay, interesting. Okay, any other questions, ladies? I mean, look, at the end of the day, why was this important? I think Misha wanted to tell a certain part of her story to clear some air. Is that right?
Yeah. And I also let me Misha, I'm gonna just be macking and just
Hmm.
address the small piece of her life that she said yesterday. I guess she made a comment about my mother being deceased. It was very inappropriate, and I just feel as if I try my best to, portray the best me. But when I tell you, bitch, you wrong, and yes, you should have took your life down, and fuck you, cause you got the game fucked up, and bitch, your mama next. Say something else, bitch. Bet you
Well,
be.
everyone's next to a certain degree. I mean, we are all born and we will all go home one day. You know what I'm saying? And to use that as like a diss or ammunition, at the end of the day, it's a fact. At the end of the day, it is what it is. Mom's not here anymore. You lost your mom tragically. And why in the world would you use that to try to get up under someone other than to hurt them? But,
Ignorant.
if you are a strong person and you are emotionally intelligent and you understand what life is about, we're not going to be here forever. And if you're lucky, you might make it to a certain age that this lady made it to. But if you're unlucky, I mean, you might not make it to tomorrow. I mean, shit happens. Life is real. And at the end of the day, we don't know when and where and what. So just remember you are someone else's mother, ma'am. Okay? And you should want to be there as long as you possibly can for them. And someone who a pain that you don't know of losing a mother is probably something, look, Olivia seems like the type of person she goes low. Like you go low, she goes lower. So just anticipate that she's going to say something else. But at the end of the day, the bottom line is she can't do anything to besmirch or take away from your mom who made you and who, you know what I'm saying? Like she's only trying to find something to say to you to hurt you, but the ultimate hurt was when your mom left, right? Left the building. What can Olivia
Oh
say to
yeah,
hurt you?
nothing could ever
What
hurt
can
my
she say to
feelings.
hurt you about your mom that you
Let
knew
me
better
tell
than anybody else? You know what I'm
you, once
saying?
you once you go through that, you can literally like that's why I'm doing this because I'm like, girl, like please, like y'all can say whatever, feel however, and when I tell you I slept so good last night, like this, like
And the bottom line is that no matter what Olivia wants to say that there's the obsession, the bottom line is that um there is no obsession. The thing is that there have been at least there has been for a good period of time over 600 people, and there will be more who will show up to watch this live. Okay. There are people who want to know about the shit show that is the Lives Life or Living with the Webs. Okay. They want details and they want to understand someone who's very complicated and someone who has bobbed and weaved up and down these YouTube streets, telling one story or another story or another story over a long period of time. It's not an obsession. It's called you have a fan base of people that are interested in your fugazi ass story. And this woman right here has a YouTube channel that she is her lifestyle and what she's got going on. But the bottom line is that people show up in her inbox asking her questions on a regular basis, of which I was not one of them. Okay. At the end of the day, this interview came to me. I did not go to seek it out, but at the end of the day, Misha had a story to tell. People want to hear the story. People have questions, and it's not an obsession. And if you want to look for an obsession, look to your loyalty gang, because at the end of the day there are people who are consuming your product, which is your channel, and they want answers to their questions, and they are going to go and seek them out to the people who show up on the internet that knew you. And that's just all it is. So you can call it whatever you want, slice it and dice it. You're on ignore to me, so I don't really care what you say. And I would suggest the same for you, Misha. No matter what she says, just
oh
put
yeah.
her on fucking mute. Put her on mute. Keep it cute and put her on mute, and that's it. Any other questions? Go low. Yeah, narcissist. Yeah, she's a complete and total control freak, narcissist. Um, she is. Yeah, it's a mess. Any other questions, guys? Misha, we are coming up on 2 hours. We've had a lot of people come through. They held on strong with us for a long time.
Hey,
Guys, if you are not subscribed to Misha, Misha and I said maybe we're gonna do this in December, right? We're gonna do like a little beauty
December.
collab or something. We're gonna maybe we'll do a little spend $50 or spend $100, see what we can go get on some
Yeah, y'all some
bougie on a
fun
budget
stuff.
type dish. Maybe we can try to be super bougie on a budget at like Ross or something. Or we're gonna do some sort of type of challenge and maybe talk about our favorite luxury items or things, just things girls like. And if you're not subscribed to Misha, go check her out. Misha, when you're finished, can you come back to this video and comment and I'll pin it so people can come follow you?
Okay.
Um, that way they know how to find you. Or it's actually linked in the title. You should be able to just click on the
Oh,
title
so
and
yeah.
go over to Misha's channel. But if you want to comment down below, so if maybe some people have questions, there can be somewhat of a thread. If people want to talk to you, will you answer your thread in this video if you go down and comment and people might ask you some questions?
Yes, if y'all very if
If it
respectable
gets out of hand, trust me, I will zap them.
respectable
Um
questions because then
Right.
I
If anything's disrespectful, I just bubble it up, and but I'll be monitoring, and I will delete anything
okay.
that is anything out of out of the way.
Yeah.
What else is there? Anything else you want us to know? Because the intention wasn't for this to just be an Olivia Bash session, but this was to answer questions as they pertain to your friendship with this woman and who is known on these YouTube streets. I'm sorry, there's no obsession. You have 100,000 subscribers, and you are a integral part of the mommy community, of which there's a select group of reactors react on. So, bitch, it's you. Oh well. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh well.
Yeah. honestly, I just want to close out on a great positive note because that's just who I
Yes,
am.
absolutely.
I want everybody to keep going. Whatever your goal is, make it, do it. I think that I've accomplished the goal for this weekend. So I feel as if anybody can do it. Just I don't care if you want to start YouTube just because you see you like, oh, I want to be popping or whatever it is, just do it. Cause you just life is short. You live once, and I just want everybody to feel like they can just conquer the world. So just do it. Be confident, no matter your size, any of that. Just be who you are and love it. Don't question yourself. Don't second guess. Don't think anyone's better than you. You're not good enough. You are the business. Okay. And let me come over there to my channel. This is how we talk. This is how we get
Could
down,
you
y'all.
also tell us a little bit in a future story time about
Mhm.
how you went from working in the hospital to owning your own business? Or
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's something we did not cover, which I think is really interesting. So maybe you can come back another time and maybe
Yeah,
we can just
girl.
talk about that. I mean, I think we've heard enough about Olivia. It's time to turn a page maybe
Oh,
and then talk to us
definitely.
about how you made a decision to leave the hospital and start and maybe do what you're doing. I don't know if you have plans to do that
Yeah.
at any other point, but
Yeah.
you
We
know,
can
something like
definitely do
that or
that.
whatever. But um
Yes.
okay, so
I'm up for
future collabs, and we're just moving onward and upward. She has a small channel, and do you post consistently? Are you committed to post consistently and give the people what they want? I think what people want, they want content. So, are you posting on a regular over there?
I feel as if I don't post as regular as I feel like I should. But I have had a talk with Miss Fran here and all aboard. Okay, y'all.
Coach
So
Fran,
do y'all
if
know that Fran is a coach? Okay, y'all don't know that, and I'm not supposed to tell y'all. Shh, okay, but while I'm over here talking too much, telling, look, okay, coach for real. So literally, she's coaching because she the goat. So
oh, you're
literally,
so sweet. You're so sweet. Thank
period.
you.
So I just feel as if I'm gonna take her advice and I'm gonna keep pushing. So if y'all want to inbox me or even leave in any video what you guys want to see other than
Cheyenne said, "Yes, we know."
yes,
I was
see,
like, "We know."
yeah, see, they stick, they
I know
sticking
you. I don't
together
know if
over
you
here.
meant it like that or not, but it's you know it is it's funny. Um,
Yes,
I mean, I like helping people. I do. I love it, and when I hear a problem, I'm eating like, girl, do this, this, and this.
that's
You
that.
got this.
Yeah, that's
Um,
critical thinking that manager in you. You like,
please, yeah, don't come like yes. I don't like problems. I'm all about like solutions. I'm a solutions person. I can't.
yeah.
Um, she would enjoy some cooking videos. Nikki Caters. So tell us how so it's Misha B. Mackin on everything. Oh, last question. I have this up on the board and I'm sorry I didn't ask. Dr. Amira was asking, what is your relationship with Brandon? Whatever you can tell us. And
She
that's
like,
your relationship. You don't have to tell us anything about hers.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, y'all, we are cool. We kick it, we converse. If we go out and he's out in Dallas and I'm with my people, they know him. It's all good. Like
Okay.
he's still around.
Okay.
He's
Okay.
still around.
So you guys, that was something good. He's like a big brother or something like that.
Yeah,
He's
he's real
he's
cool.
broski. Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
Did I miss anyone else? Um are you thinking about getting a new couch? That's my last question.
Am I thinking about it?
Is that
Yes.
couch going into 2022 with you?
I'm definitely because I'm ready for like maybe like a new color. Love navy blue because it's a cool tone. But I'm thinking more of like a white, but my Dylan's he's 6, but I
Right.
really
Okay.
like neutral tones. So I think I want to go
Okay.
neutral and just jazz it up. Ooh, that's the type of stuff y'all like. I mean, oh, maybe you didn't mean it that way, but that's how
Decorating. Yes,
I like this type
absolutely.
of stuff, y'all. So if
This is
y'all,
Bougie Gang. Even though we are with the shits, and
ooh,
we are enjoying because we don't live like this, Misha. I mean, we
yes,
like hearing about it because we are a bunch of boring housewives that aren't boring. It's juicy, just to kind of, peek, like, hear about what other people are doing. But yes, yeah, of course
I
we
love
love
it.
home
Ooh,
decor
decor.
and makeup and
Like,
clothes. I mean, girl, it's Bougie Gang. Are you kidding me?
I forgot where I'm at. Why did I?
Yes.
I don't even want to.
Girl,
How could I
make that
forget?
house a home.
How could I
You
forget?
you weren't listening to me yesterday. I said make that house a home. Decorate for the holidays. Yes. In between the shits. Yes, you must decorate. You must cook. You must clean. You must take care of your house. You must take care of your man unless you want to be in a reaction video. Okay? Period. Okay? Okay?
Duly noted.
Okay, on her.
Noted.
All right. And not just I'm talking to everybody. Everybody Bougie
I
Gang. They know.
know.
I tell them all the time. Okay? Guys, this was fun. We love Mesha. Can you guys give her like some manicure emojis or something? Can you give her something cute in the chat? Can you give her flowers? Can y'all give her something? We've lost about 100. Loyalty Gang probably ran off Olivia's. I don't know if whatever she's doing over there. But Loyalty Gang dropped from the chat. That is okay. Can you give Mesha something to let her know that we appreciate her so much?
But the gang in here, hey.
Next time you come back, we're not talking about Olivia, period.
Oh, no.
Unless she goes parachuting or skydiving or something fugazi, then that we have to just talk about and laugh about. But as far as us like questioning you in depth about this ish,
yes,
it's not that important anymore. Donna Marie, yes.
About Bougie
Madam Bands is in the house, okay?
Okay.
Solo Bands lady is in the house, okay?
Hey, what's her name? Hi.
Miss Donna Marie.
Okay.
Donna Marie, she's in the chat. Liv Liv is probably getting ready to hit the Liv is probably somewhere punching at the air. She is windmilling, and she is probably downed a whole bottle of Crown and is desperately trying to not go live. Loyalty Gang is holding her down, but we suspect she's gonna have something to say, and that's okay.
That's fine, but
that's okay.
We so unbothered. You know what? That's the best way to be. It's like unbothered. Because I listen for the past year, I've been like, you still taking digs at the girl with her little 2K subscribers?
Right.
Like,
right.
You so
but you hadn't even really been trying very hard. You were like low key posting, and that's okay. But this might be your time now. This might be your time to really go ahead and start working on your channel. Because it's hard to just jump right in and do everything right away. You have to have a ramp up. You have to learn how to post. You have to learn how to make videos that you like. You have to learn how to. So you're doing good. I mean, there's people who don't make it past 200, and they're posting all the time. Like it's not easy. You know. So you've got a nice little base, and you're gonna just gotta keep moving if that's what you want. If you don't want it, don't feel pressure to do it.
You heard it. Thanks, Coach Fran.
Absolutely. We're gonna end this on Mesha, not on anyone else. Okay, guys. We're gonna go ahead and cut this. Thank you all for coming through.
Thank you.
Yes, Mesha, thank you so much. And I will be in touch. And don't be a stranger. Dip in the chat. I've seen you in the comments before. Don't be a stranger. Okay, you are welcome here, and period. Okay, it's not messy. We're messy over here. This is the messy. We just embrace it. Why not? We put truth to you know what I'm saying? Like, why not? We like the shits. Okay, there's nothing wrong with it. Okay, it's okay. Yeah. Who doesn't like a good little story every now and again? A little gossipy story.
That's real.
Fonda Michaud, thank you for coming. How are you, lady? All of you guys, thank you so much. Thank you for joining us tonight. And we really it was nice. It was a nice conversation. We'll do this again on some different stuff. Okay.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. All right. Take care.
So
all right. Bye. Have a good night. Okay.
I will always bring this up for the rest of his motherfucking
Don't get me wrong, I'm still a petty bitch, and I'll still talk my shit. Don't get me wrong, I'm still a petty bitch, and I'll still talk my shit.
I'm that bitch. Whatever.
Don't get me wrong, I'm still a petty bitch, and I'll still talk my shit.
I'm that bitch. I'm that bitch. I'm that bitch. I'm just playing.
Don't get me wrong, I'm still a petty bitch, and I'll still talk my shit.
I'm that bitch. I'm that bitch. I'm that bitch. I'm just playing.
Don't get me wrong, I'm still a petty bitch, and I'll still talk my shit.
I'm that bitch. I'm that bitch. I'm that bitch. I'm just playing. I will always bring this up for the rest of his motherfucking life. I will always bring this up for the rest of his motherfucking life. I will always bring this up for the rest of his motherfucking life. Ooh, why Fashion Nova keep hitting me up though? Cause I'm that bitch. 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 I'm just playing.